everyone. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. It is June 1st, 2026, and I wanted to do a bonus reading for you. Today's message is whoever needs to hear this. I will begin with Aries, work my way around the zodiac wheel, ending at Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box. I do recommend that you watch your sun, moon, rising, as well as your Venus placements. And if you're not sure what those placements are, in the description box of this video is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. And I don't need to say it, but I'm going to say it. As with all collective general readings, keep in mind that's exactly what this is. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means that it is meant for someone else to hear. And with all of that said now, let's begin. Hello, Taurus, my bull gang. I hope that you're doing well. Let's take a look now at your message at this time. This is for Taurus, sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. We have growth, card number 15. Why is growth here for Taurus? Why is growth here for Taurus? Sun, moon, rising, as well as Venus placements. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have Six of Swords. Okay. Let's clarify this a bit more. Because right off the bat, Taurus, I feel like with that Five of Swords it's almost like you keep doing the same thing over and over again. It's like round and round we go, sort of like a Groundhog's Day. Yeah, there's something here. I keep doing it over and over again. But I think you're experiencing like the same result. I think growth comes from like exiting this. This is like a maze. And I just feel like you're getting caught in the round and round. But the victory, the growth, if you will, comes from exiting whatever this is. Let's see what this is all about here. Clarify that Nine of Wands here for Taurus, please. One more shuffle. Thank you. Nine of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. That's exactly what it is. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So this would be the growth. This would be the next chapter, the next job, the next situation, environment, or connection. And there's something here that you know you're supposed to walk away from. Eight of Cups, right? It's no longer emotionally pleasing or satisfactory to you. The Eight of Cups is the only card in tarot that actually depicts an eclipse, if you will. So it's like, I know that I have to make this decision, but Two of Swords, I don't want to make this decision. And instead, you're existing in a situation, environment, or connection that's leaving you in the Five of Pentacles, either emotionally or financially depleted, possibly even both. And look at that nine of Wands. I mean, for me, it's like the Wounded Warrior card. And a lot of people, you'll hear people, other tarot readers call it that. But there's something here of like, new dawn, new day, same shit. You know what I mean? It's like the bandage on the head. I'm all ready. I'm going to do this again. It's going to be different this time. And then it's like by the end of the day, it's like you're wounded all over again. So I just feel like, you know, intuitively, I think Tauruses are a lot more intuitive than people give them credit for. So intuitively, you know, I'm supposed to walk away from this situation, environment, connection, maybe even like an investment. But I don't want to make that decision. I don't want to eclipse. That Two of Swords also is like la 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 la, right? Eyes closed. Like, I don't want to make that decision, but I'm going to keep enduring in this, because if I endure this, like, that's what makes me stronger. I think you're under the belief that existing in this or enduring this, like, that's where your growth is coming from. Like, I'm growing as a person because I continue to like deal with this challenge. And I don't think that's where growth comes from. I think growth comes from you leaving the situation, environment, or connection. As opposed to like you being abandoned by it. I think you need to abandon it, because that Five of Swords sometimes comes across as manipulation. I feel like it's like you're manipulating yourself, like you're gaslighting yourself into thinking that your growth comes from like enduring this. I think your growth comes from accepting defeat, which could also be the Five of Swords, and walking away, like these individuals are when they realize, this is not worth the hassle. I'm going to find something better, or I deserve something better. Three of Cups. Tell me about the Three of Cups here for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Three of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups, the Empress, that's you, and the Knight of Cups, bottom of the deck, King of Wands. So there's a feeling here, if I continue to persist with this, things can turn around. But things aren't turning around because what you want is victory, celebration, community, happiness, and that Three of Cups. And it's like any day now it's coming. I have an Empress here, and that's you, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're ruled by Venus. If you're not familiar with tarot, you and Libra share the Empress card. And there's something here like, but if I just keep persisting, if I just keep showing up with card in hand, it'll be victorious. But actually what's happening is 3 cups plus 1, the 4th cup plus the 5th cup is 5 of cups. So it's still emotionally disappointing. And it's, again, there's an emotional disappointment or a financial disappointment. For some of you, both. 5 of Swords. What is that 5 of Swords here for Taurus? I feel like at this point you are gaslighting yourself into thinking like that you can't leave, or you're in too deep, you know, like, or something like that. Or I don't deserve better. I can't find better. One more shuffle. Thank you. 5 of Swords is clarified by 7 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Star card. I think this came up in one of your readings. I said sunk cost fallacy. There's something here. I'm holding my position on this. 7 of Wands. Look at that 4 of Pentacles. This is a Taurus card, by the way, but I'm holding on to this situation, environment, connection, investment. I have too much invested, too much time, too much love, too much money, etc., etc., etc. Too wrapped up in this. So if I just keep persisting, what I want will occur here. And there's a belief here. Again, I go back to, there's something here about I'm becoming stronger, better, wiser, because I'm growing, right? I'm growing as a result of this situation. This is really testing my patience, my resilience, my fortitude. On the contrary, you're staying in something that is easier to stay in than it is to exit, but it's not good for you. It's just easier to stay, and that's actually not growth. Growth and expansion comes from leaving the comfort zone, not from walling ourselves off from expansion and growth and just keeping ourselves small. Like that's not where growth comes from. I hope that's making sense for some of you. Tell me a little bit more here about that 8 of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. 6 of Cups, something or someone who's been in your life for a long time, or something that you've invested in, okay, for a long time. 6 of Cups, 3 of Swords, and the Tower. Wow. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. You've already had a very disappointing situation with this. You already lost a lot of money on this investment. You already looked over for the promotion or the bonus or the raise at work. You've already had a heartbreaking situation with this friend, this family member, this lover. This is nothing new to you. And yet you make the choice to continue to persist in it. And I don't know why that is. You don't think you deserve better. You don't think you can find better, make more. Again, that sunk cost fallacy. Well, I've been in it too long, or I have too much invested. I have to stay. This would disrupt my world. But Taurus, it's disrupting your world constantly on an emotional level. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of strain. There's a lot of heartbreak even for some of you as you continue to endure this. And I think you think it's for your highest good, but I think you're fooling yourself by, you're trying to convince yourself of something, that something will work when it's not working. Tell me more about this, Taurus, holding on to this, or clarify that 5 of Swords a little bit more here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 5 of Swords is clarified by the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the 2 of Wands, bottom of the deck, Knight of Swords. There's something new waiting for you. A new situation, a new environment, a new connection, a new investment. It's literally waiting for you to take a leap of faith. And then the offer is presented to you. And then you get to decide, 2 of Wands, if you want it or not. But I just feel like you have to make the decision first. I'm not saying go to work tomorrow and quit your job, you know. But there is like, it's literally the moment you're like, I'm going to make it my job to find another job, you find another job. I'm not telling you to give up on the investment or cash in your stocks or raid your 401k, like if that's what's happening here. But there's like the moment you're like, okay, I'm going to make it my job to find another investment strategy. Boom, one is presented to you. And then you get to decide if you want to roll over the 401k. You know what I mean? If you want to buy that stock but I feel like the offer is not going to come in until you apply yourself to locating that offer. like identifying it, finding a job, finding a new investment. And until you actually spend some pentacle resources, like your time, trying to discover that, you're going to just stay trapped in this, because you're not even seeing this. But you're not seeing this because you're not dedicating time to seeing this. I hope that's making sense for someone watching. And if this is a relationship, I have no real indication of that, but let's just say it is, and you continue to persist with this friend, this family member, this lover, and it's a very heartbreaking situation. I mean, there could even be betrayal here. There's neglect, there's abandonment, or it's triggering an abandonment wound. You staying in it does not improve. And I think what you're not seeing is the moment I exit this, there's another connection that comes in. There's another friend. There's maybe a distant relative I can connect with. There's a friend who will become like family to me, become part of the fabric of my life. There's a new romantic partner waiting for me. But there's a feeling here like that Ace of Cups comes after the Fool card. So it's like you have to take that leap of faith to say, I'm going to look for another job. I'm going to look for another investment, or I'm going to sever the tie with this person. Like, I just feel like the new can't come in because all of your resources right now are being concentrated on something that isn't growing. And if you were to just take a little bit of those resources and start exploring the new, I think the new comes in. I think you're actually quite shocked on how quickly the new comes in. But Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you need to take action. This is like, this is an action-orientated knight here in tarot. So it's like you have to take action to move in this direction. And then I do think a new opportunity presents itself to you. But growth comes from exiting whatever this is, not enduring it. All you're doing is harming yourself. Let's get you 3 cards of advice, Taurus. I just saw the Hermit card. We'll see if that wants to come out. So maybe there is like some soul searching here that you need to do. Tower at the bottom of the deck. Little going within, being honest with yourself in that Hermit energy. Let's get 3 cards of advice here, please, for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your advice, Taurus. 2 of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Strength card. There's that 9 of Wands. So I don't know what that 2 of Cups is to you. I'm going to read this 2 different ways. For some of you, this is a partnership, professional, platonic, or romantic. For me, Queens exist in the present. They process the past. Kings take action. We have no action here in terms of advice. So this is saying for you to reflect back, okay, before you just believe that you have to continue enduring with all of your strength and everything in this particular connection, professional, platonic, or romantic. It's important for you to really think about everything that has transpired here between you and this person and how wounded you are by this. We have the Emperor to the Knight of Wands here. So maybe this person is a bully. Maybe they're inconsistent. You've invested a lot of time in this person, but the relationship is not fair. It's not balanced. It's leaving you wounded. And despite your best efforts, it's not changing. So in that respect, it's like you really need to think about why you continue to persist in this situation, environment, or connection with this person who's an inconsistent tyrant on a good day, or an inconsistent bully even on a good day. For others of you, if this is not in regards to a connection, and that connection could be anything, professional, platonic, or romantic, like that, this could be your boss we're talking about. If we're not looking at it in terms of connection, then there's something here that you do have someone close in your life that you actually can talk to about this. And I feel like you've been holding yourself back. Like maybe you haven't wanted to tell anyone that you have marital issues, or, you don't want to talk to maybe someone because you have an issue with a really good best friend and you don't want, other people to know about it. So take it how it resonates. For some of you, that 2 of Cups is representing someone that you need to really consider and review your connection with this person and how detrimental it has been to you. And for others of you, you have a 2 of Cups. You do have an existing healthy partnership in your life that you can confide in. You've known this person for a long time. And I feel like you've been holding back from telling them. And you just continue to endure in something that isn't benefiting you either financially or emotionally. And you have a close confidant here that would be willing to hear you out and give you some really sound and solid advice, but you'll need to open up to them to do that. That's what I have for you, Taurus, at this time. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video on your mobile device if you're able to do that. And don't forget to check out your other placements. Until I read for you again, I'm sending you light, love, and peace.